Good evening, everybody. My name's Mary Dalton. I'm one of the co-chairs for this evening's event with my fellow Lions. And I'm just going to keep you busy for a minute before they pipe in the head table because there's going to be a toast. So you need wine. So the staff are going to make sure you all have wine before we pipe in the head table. A couple of little housekeeping items if it helps you. We have facilities that you may need, one or two down on this end and a couple down on that end. But there will be a short break at 8 o'clock or thereabouts. And you'll notice those huge table numbers on your table. Please don't put them down because the staff need them to find this. I'll explain about the staff in a minute, but they need those table numbers up to know where they're supposed to bring what and for what reason. And once they get used to it, they can switch them out and put little numbers in, or you can put them between you, whatever works. But you can imagine this particular event is a collaboration of a lot of people. Conestoga College Culinary School was number 4 in Canada last year. It's number 3 this year. And that's because there's some amazing people. Gary's here. He won't mind me bragging on some of the culinary team here. The executive dean, Keith Mueller, Dan McGowan, the chef. I should go to my notes here. Here we go. I've got them here somewhere, so I didn't forget anyone. Dan McGowan, the chef. Executive Dean Miller. We have chair is Brad. There's a huge kitchen brigade in there. Darrell House, the maitre d' of Bloom. If you haven't tried it, you should in the fall. And he's overseeing tonight's service staff. Here's why this is special. This college has always integrated well with the community, as have all our academic institutions, by the way, but in particular the culinary school. And tonight we have a whole bunch of staff from Westmount Golf and Country Club, God love them, and from Event Depot who are coming to help serve because there are a few less students this year. So it's a real collaborative event, which I think is spectacular. So I think on that note, I think there's enough wine served. Am I okay? The piper will now pipe in the head table. Maybe.
Kathy needs to get up the stairs.
Right there.
So
That's Kathy's right there. Oh, that's Kevin. That's Kevin first. Yeah. Now you're first. Hi, Tony. You may want to grab your purse or please. Okay. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, those of you who can remain standing, we will have the national anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, through patriot love, in all of us command, with glowing hearts we sing.
And I did miss one thing, but obviously not as important as O Canada. When the piper pipes in the head table, there is a toast. And this wonderful pipe major is Brian Milligan, and he helps us every year. San, ça va? It's not the worst part of my night. Thank you. Thank you very much. And you'll probably notice we had Junit playing in the reception. I hope you enjoyed Junit. He was another addition. I'm going to ask Michelle, who is the president of the Kitchener Lions Club, to do the land acknowledgement and the grace.
We acknowledge that we are gathered tonight on the traditional territories of the Haudenosaunee, Anishinaabe, Chinaton peoples whose presence, traditional knowledge, and contributions continue this day since time immemorial. We recognize that we have a responsibility to be good stewards to the land and to be an allyship with Indigenous people with whom we share this land today. Let us take a moment to reflect. We gather here today, grateful for this community and for the opportunity to celebrate this outstanding citizen. As we prepare to share this meal, we extend our sincere thanks to all those whose hands and hearts prepared the food before us. May this time of fellowship nourish our bodies and strengthen our bonds as we continue to work together for the betterment of all. Thank you.
So normally at this moment, I would do the toast to the King. But as you can appreciate, today is a really special day in Canada's history. And we actually have the King and Queen with us in Canada. And so it seemed fitting that since we also have the Senior Deputy Commissioner of the RCMP here, that he should make the toast.
Thank you so much, Mary. Good evening, everybody. Bonsoir à tous. Of course, what a historic day in our country today. The third time in our history that the royal family has been here to read the throne speech, but more importantly, we're here celebrating royalty of Kitchener-Waterloo. And of course, what a great opportunity is to celebrate Tony G. Before I say grace, just on a personal note, Tony, it's a privilege to be here. I'm your surprise guest for the party. But on a serious note, I've had the pleasure over the last number of decades to work and collaborate with Tony on a number of community projects and leadership projects. And I think, as you'll hear later this evening, nobody has done it in a more professional, quiet, passionate individual that leaves a legacy of leadership, and we know that will continue. And so on a personal and professional note, I also very much enjoyed his wisdom, as he was one of my bosses on the Police Services Board, but his intelligence, his vision, his strategy, and more importantly, his kindness really stands out for my time actually working with Tony on the Police Services Board. On another note, yes, please, thank you, congratulations, Tony. Many of you may have had the privilege to be watching either on television or online a historic moment. And what an incredible day it is for our country to welcome His Majesty King Charles III, Queen Camilla, and the royal guests that come along with that. And I think, if you just pause for a second and you look at yesterday's attendance and yesterday's reception, it really highlighted the strength, the diversity, and the leadership of our country. And as the King and Queen toured many different places within Ottawa, you could see the power of our citizens and the uniqueness of our country. And of course, today, a very proud moment for not only our military, but for the Royal Canadian Mounted Police to escort the King to the throne speech. And so, as we sit here today and we reflect on all the great things, and I see a number of local community leaders, and in my conversations with them, I often start with, how are you doing? Because those are difficult times to be a leader. It's difficult times, whether you're at the municipal, provincial, or federal level, and you're doing work in our community. And so more importantly, as we look to King Charles III, and we wish him much health, peace, and prosperity, and in the words of the King, the true north is indeed strong and free. To the King.
To the King.
Ladies and gentlemen, you'd be happy to know now you get to talk and chat and just have a good time at Tony's family dinner. His extended family dinner.
Does that mean we have spaghetti? I'm fine.
While the staff are serving, you might be curious to hear that the Paris Lions Club founded the Kitchener Lions Club in 1939 when the King came to Kitchener, King and Queen. So there's a real connect. Enjoy your dinner, everyone.
Congratulations, Tony, on receiving the Citizen of the Year award. This recognition speaks to Tony's dedication to community service, leadership, and his consistent effort to create positive changes. His commitment to helping others and making a meaningful impact is truly admirable. His example has carried over into the active core values, where he evidently leads by example. Tony, congratulations on this well-deserved honor. Your work sets a powerful example of what it means to be engaged and responsible citizen who believes in giving back to the community. Thank you, Tony.
Congratulations, Tony. Your success is well deserved.
Hey, I am Jeffrey Zink,
And I'm Harold Howell.
and we are here and really happy to honor Tony as he is awarded the Citizen of the Year award. Why do you think, by the way, that he's got this?
Hey, it's pretty obvious to me because Tony provides hope, which is a characteristic of a great leader. He provides it for his organization, his company, he provides it for his family, and he provides it for himself. Tony, thank you for being that person. You have influenced my life positively. Jeffrey, what do you think?
This is an easy one. I know we were talking about why do people follow a leader? One of the other things that Gallup says is compassion, that people love their leader. That's a little bit weird to say about loving, but they do. And Tony, you exemplify that. The people around you, the people who work for you, your family, your community, they love what you do. They can count on you every day to bring to them your best and make the communities that you are building and that you are living in as great as they can be. We're very, very proud of you and proud to have known you for, 10 years now we have known you, and we're very, very honored to be your friends.
We are proud of you, Tony. Enjoy the award and enjoy this day.
Congratulations again, buddy.
Tony, we appreciate your leadership and the fact that you act as a moral compass for us, both personally and professionally. So we thank you for that.
Hi Tony, congratulations on your Citizen of the Year award. What an amazing accomplishment. We're so proud of you. Congratulations, Tony!
Congratulations, Tony. Kiara and I are very proud of you for being chosen as Citizen of the Year. We are very blessed to have you in our lives. Love you.
Hey Tony, sorry we couldn't be there to share in this fantastic evening. Wise choice, City of Waterloo, choosing my brother-in-law Tony as Citizen of the Year. Tony, from the bottom of my heart, you are an inspiration to all of us. We love you so much. Have a good night.
Hey Tony,
We just want to congratulate you on receiving the Citizen of the Year award.
we think you're super fabulous and we love you.
I can't. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking at the time and realizing I need to get things going here. So I'm going to take a page out of Neil Acheson's Guide to Emceeing in a Timely Manner. Neil, I've already failed, but I still aspire. And I'm going to introduce the head table to you with one clap each, and then you can applaud at the end. So, at my far left is Kathy Brothers, COI, Citizen of the Year 2023. Tony Giovinazzo, our honored guest. Senior Deputy Commissioner Brian Larkin. Barry Verbanovich, Mayor, City of Kitchener. Dorothy McCabe, Mayor of City of Waterloo. Karen Redmond, Regional Chair. Warren Redmond, entrepreneur and husband of Karen. And Michelle Adams, Kitchener Lions Club President. We also have some special guests tonight. Hans Roach with the City of Waterloo. Just wave, Hans. I know you're here somewhere. Colleen James, Matt Rodriguez, Chantel Huniak. I apologize if I didn't say that right, Chantel. Jim Erb. And we have Kitchener councillors Scott Davey, Paul Singh, Bill Ioannidis, Christine Michaud, and Dave Schneider, and former Chair Ken Sealing. Thank you. I also would like my fellow Lions Club members to just stand for a minute. They all have different skills. All of us have very different skills. But when we come together, we manage to get things done. So can my Lions, here we go. There's the Lions Club that help put things together. Including the photographer, Rob. I also am really pleased to introduce the previous Citizens of the Year. And I think you all know that being a Citizen of the Year doesn't come from just being really great at your job. It's what happens outside of your job. And it's usually decades, not a year, but decades of service to the community at large. And I'm going to start with the senator of the group, Owen Lackenbauer. We'll just do one clap and then we'll do Owen Lackenbauer, Dr. Jack Bishop, Murray Haas, James Beingessner, David Graham, Don Wilcox, yours truly, Shaki Fahel, Terry Rydell, Joe and Stephanie Mancini, Rosemary Smith, Mike Collins, Jim Erb, Neil Aitchison, Dr. John Tibbetts, and Kathy Brothers. Thank you. Okay. So this is kind of important for me now. There's really sometimes that you can't really say or do anything to express your gratitude. And I'm sure you can all appreciate that without sponsors, an evening like this, it just isn't even remotely possible. I mean, at best, we could do a burger barbecue with karaoke without the sponsors. So in addition to making this evening a reality, our sponsors have helped significantly with raising funds tonight to continue the work of the Lions Club of Kitchener. There's details in the program about what we do, the guide dogs, the vision screening in the community, all kinds of things. Our title sponsor, and I think John Hardwick, the president, is here, is Activa. And our platinum sponsors are Conestoga College, Dr. John Tibbetts, I think, is here. And Ertel Capital Management, and I think Joe Ertel's here. And our gold sponsors, who have great relationships, as I understand, with Tony. Golden Windows, Moser Landscaping Group, Schlegel Villages. And our silver sponsors are Samazian Brothers Group. Flooring, sorry. Cowan Insurance Group, soft spot for me. Wilfrid Laurier University. Ernst & Young. Ceramic Decor. J Fencing. And MHBC Planning. Really, we are so grateful to you for helping, not only honoring Tony, which is why you're really here, but the Lions really appreciate you. I also want to mention Wright Limousine, who provided a smooth ride to our incoming honoree and our past honoree. Media sponsors are Rogers Radio, 96.7, City News 570, 106.7 Country, The Record, Rogers TV in conjunction with CCDTV, which is a little plug for Bruno here. They are Canada's first 24/7 college-run TV channel, and they work with Rogers to make this live. It's a platform, but it's also a hands-on learning experience for the students, and they recently won 2 international Hermes Creative Awards, platinum in the entertainment category and gold for a TV series. Congratulations, Bruno and team. Now what you've all been waiting for, the tributes to Tony. And I'm going to ask City of Waterloo Mayor Dorothy McCabe. Whoops, whoops. Thank you very much. Mary asked me to speak right when I took put a strawberry in my mouth. Perfect timing. It really is an honor to be here tonight to honor Tony Giovinazzo, who people obviously know so well. I'm one of the newer politicians, so I've been around for about 2.5 years. But in the 2.5 years I've been around, the amount of times that I've heard about Tony Giovinazzo and the work that he does and the impact that he's made has just been constant. From his service on UW's board to work on family and children's services to excuse me to seeing him at the Titans games. I knew I liked him when I found out he was a Titans fan. It's just been incredible, and it's people like Tony and the others who are here as past Citizen of the Years who really make our community so strong, and we really truly are indebted to people who excel in their places of work, but also have the time and energy and the care and compassion to take that into the community and make such a difference. And so, Tony, you're joining a very august group of people, and it's very, very well deserved. And as I said, I've only been here for 2.5 years, but the amount of times I've heard about the impact that Tony's made, whether it's through Activa and the places of work or the nonprofit organizations that you've lent your time and talent to, it's just been incredible. And I hope that this will continue. You're still a young man. I think you've got lots of energy left to give. And I also just want to take a moment too to thank Mary and the Lions and everyone who's here as a sponsor tonight. These kind of events wouldn't happen without people like you. But it really does mean a tremendous amount to the community to come together like this and to recognize people who have given back so much and who are really demonstrating that leadership to others across our community. So thank you so much, Tony. It really is an honor, and thank you for all you do. And I should also just give a shout out to his mom, because I know when you won the Chamber's Community Leadership Award last year, he mentioned his mom, and that his mom was an example to him of how and why to give back to community. So, it always goes back to the mom. So thank you, Mom, and thank you, Tony. Thank you. Whoops. Mayor Barry.
Well, thanks so much, Mary, and it really is a pleasure to be here with all of you and to bring greetings on behalf of our council and our senior leadership team. And we have a table over there of council and CLT members from the city of Kitchener. And it's not often that we actually get a table out to an event, and I think that speaks to the immense respect that I know both the council and our staff team have for you and for your leadership in the community. Dorothy touched on a number of your accomplishments in the community in terms of your leadership with so many organizations, including the University of Waterloo Board, the Family and Children's Services, and then currently on the Waterloo Regional Police Services Board. But for the City of Kitchener, one of the early marks that you made in your time at Activa was actually working together with the city as we opened the Activa Sportsplex. And we were looking for someone to attach a naming opportunity to it, and Activa stepped forward because of the priority that Tony and the leadership team there at Activa put on community, on recreation, on young people, and making sure that as a good corporate citizen, they were also doing the right things for people in the community. But it wasn't just there that Tony did the right things. We saw it throughout the region in all the things that he's been involved with. It's only fitting that when the King is here, we acknowledge that Tony received the Queen Elizabeth II Diamond Jubilee Medal in recognition of all of his volunteer work as well. And as Mayor McCabe indicated, last year he received the Michael R. Follett Community Leader Award from the Greater KW Chamber of Commerce. So Tony, I'd like to, on behalf of our council, present you with a plaque on behalf of the council and citizens of the city of Kitchener. And it reads, "Through your outstanding leadership, generosity, and dedication to our community, you continue to make the city of Kitchener and our entire region a better place to live, work, and thrive. Your vision and commitment will leave a lasting impression on our community and citizens for years to come. As you receive this well-deserved honor, I want to express my sincere gratitude for all that you do. Your passion for uplifting others and creating lasting change is truly inspiring. Congratulations and thank you for everything you do to strengthen our community."
And now we have our regional chair, Karen Redmond.
I don't think that's security coming to haul me off.
No.
is it?
Promise.
What a special occasion and what a celebration of an outstanding leader in our community. I can't tell you how impressive it is to sit here at the head table and see all of these leaders throughout our community who have come to help celebrate Tony. I want to thank the Lions Club for giving me an opportunity to come up and say a few words about a friend and a colleague, Domenico Antonio Giovinazzo. You'll always be Tony Giovinazzo, not Tony G to me. Firstly, on behalf of Regional Council and the region of Waterloo, I want to express our gratitude, Tony, to you on this well-deserved award. It's more than another accolade to add to the growing list of recognitions you have received over the years and have most certainly earned. Tony, by profession and nature, is a builder of homes and of community. Community always figures in any equation Tony is making when he's thinking about projects. As head of Activa, Tony was an amazing supporter and partner for Habitat for Humanity Waterloo region. Tony has always committed to the values that are the bedrock of the philosophy of Habitat for Humanity. Tony has been quoted as saying, "Community brings a sense of belonging and looking out for those around you." But Tony doesn't just talk the talk, Tony walks the walk. Not only did his leadership at Activa create a wonderful partnership with Habitat, Tony has given countless hours as a Rotarian at the Kitchener Westmount Club. I guess we can't all belong to Kitchener Rotary, so I'll overlook that one. Serving on the boards of the University of Waterloo, Family and Children's Services of Waterloo Region, Sanguine Health Center, and the Economic Advisory Committee of Waterloo. The diversity of his involvement and the depth of his commitment speak to Tony as a man and as a community builder in its truest sense. Since 2020, I have had the privilege of serving on the Waterloo Regional Police with Tony. I can attest firsthand that Tony's complete commitment to each role that he fulfills is evidenced at every police board meeting he attends. Congratulations, Tony. I know for you there are only two important tables in this room, and that's table number 5 where your family is sitting and all the rest of us. Thank you to the Lions Club for recognizing individuals like Tony who dedicate their time, their talent, and their skill to enriching our community. These awards inspire more people to make a difference and show how individual action can create positive change. This is a wonderful night to celebrate an amazing contributor to our society, and I too have a certificate. And Janine, I apologize. I don't know that this is going to make him easier to live with, but we have more stuff for your wall.
Great speech.
Grabbing my notes here,
They're so good.
unless you want to give it again.
You know, I might want to just steal those. Oh, God. Thank you. Thank you so much, Barry. So we're going to have a short collage, and I want to give credit to Janine and her daughters and to Heidi Palmer for getting this collage together. Rock a white suit like Tony. Just saying, Tony. I'd like to call on John Hartwick, President of Activa, to say a few words about Tony.
I gotta hold it. Good evening. I'd like to start by thanking the Lions Club of Kitchener for providing me with this opportunity to roast Tony. I mean recognize Tony here tonight. Now, I've been asked to speak on behalf of the team at Activa to provide a little insight on our Citizen of the Year from our perspective. So in preparation for this speech, I received input from a number of anonymous sources who may or may not be sitting at those two tables and who have worked closely with Tony for many years. Based on this extensive research, I think the most accurate way to describe Tony is, well, he's a little different. I know he looks relatively normal sitting up here tonight, but we know the real Tony, and so trust me when I tell you, he's a little different. Now, you might be asking yourself, how did John come to this conclusion, and why would he call out Tony's strangeness tonight of all nights? Well, is it because Tony has the audacity to frequently wear his Montreal Canadiens hockey apparel in the office when he lives a mere 1 hour drive from the home of the greatest, albeit most frustrating hockey team on the planet, the Toronto Maple Leafs? Well, it's true that he doesn't have the best taste in hockey teams, but no, that's not it. Is it because Tony, an avid and informed Formula One fan, has chosen to cheer for the driver that Netflix has clearly shown is the villain of the sport, Max Verstappen, and he likes to race his remote control Red Bull race car around the Activa office? Questionable, but that's not it. Do I make the claim that Tony is a little different because on nice sunny days he chooses to ride his bicycle to work dressed in a full spandex biking outfit? Okay, that one is definitely a dress code policy violation, but no, that's not it either. Tony is different from other CEOs that I have worked with because he cares so much for this community and being of service to the people who live here. On top of his busy work schedule and dedicated family life, Tony made time to serve on the board of directors for the University of Waterloo, Family and Children's Services, Waterloo Regional Police Services, the Economic Advisory Committee of Waterloo, and served as president of the Kitchener-Westmount Rotary Club. Tony has encouraged other team members at Activa to also give back to our community through a Dollars for Doers program, whereby the company will donate $200 to any not-for-profit organization where that Activa team member volunteers for a minimum of 10 hours per year. Additionally, with Tony's encouragement and support, Activa teams have participated in a number of volunteer initiatives over the years, including picking up litter in various communities around the region, sorting donated food items at the Cambridge Food Bank, and most recently, building lemonade stands for Family and Children's Services' June 7th fundraiser. And please remember to buy a lemonade that day. Under Tony's leadership, Activa has made significant financial donations, totaling in the millions of dollars to local not-for-profit organizations, including Hospice Waterloo Region, Hockey Helps the Homeless, and the House of Friendship, just to name a few of the so many well-deserving recipient organizations. Tony has also partnered with Activa with Habitat for Humanity to build affordable townhomes on Shantz Hill in Cambridge, with framing of these homes set to begin this fall. In addition to his service to this generation of people who live in the region, Tony also cares about future generations, as evidenced by his commitment to build sustainable, energy-efficient homes. Tony led Activa to be the first home builder in this region to build net zero and net zero ready single detached homes. A net zero home will generate as much energy as the average family consumes annually, which is good for the environment and good for Waterloo Region. So yes, maybe Tony is a little different than other CEOs of corporations. But speaking on behalf of all of Activa's employees who live and work in this region, we wouldn't want it any other way. Tony's caring, service-based leadership approach has made him an exceptional role model for myself and the entire Activa team. We are very proud of him and all of his contributions to help make this community a better place. Congratulations on this well-deserved honor, Tony.
I think they like you, Tony. Now, David Graham. David is the father of Tony's bride, Janine, and he happens to be a big fan. So David, would you come and say a few words?
Who said it? The best Rotary Club is Kitchener Conestoga.
Karen. Chairman.
Karen? Yes. It is. Who raises most money?
I don't want Kitchener, I'm just saying.
Little competition.
Now, Mary,
Yes, sir.
is the winner or the honoree supposed to go and ride in the Santa Claus parade?
Yes, absolutely. That's one of the perks.
Well, let me tell you, way back in ancient history, when I was the honoree, they told me I had to take a ride in the Santa Claus parade.
Yep.
And so on this cold fall morning, I went downtown Waterloo, and they said, well, the parade's not ready yet, but have some nice hot coffee. So I had some nice hot coffee. Well, the parade's not ready yet. Have some nice hot apple cider. So I had some nice hot apple cider. Okay, the parade's ready now. So I got into the car, and about 1/3 of the way into the route, oh my gosh.
Whoops. Whoops.
I had to pee. My granddaughters are listening to me.
So you have to kind of move that flow. So to speak.
So, anyway, I just, for the rest of the ride, I just kept looking around. If I could hop out of this car and get into that building and get back into the car, will anybody notice?
Take note, Tony.
Yeah. So for Tony and all future recipients of this award, take care. Don't drink the coffee. Don't drink the. Anyway, it is with immense pride that I'm here to celebrate an extraordinary individual, my son-in-law, who has been honored as Citizen of the Year. This recognition is not just a testament to his outstanding contributions to our community, but also to the exemplary character he embodies. Now, you've heard all sorts of things. You know, the person who speaks last, they haven't got hardly a story to tell because everybody else has told it. But so I'll tell you a few things about Tony that you may not have heard about. First of all, he's a traditionalist. While he and Janine were dating, he called me one day and requested that we meet. We did. And being the proper Italian gentleman that he is, he asked me if he could have her father's permission to propose to Janine. I don't think Pat has ever forgiven him for that. But as it turns out, I gave the right answer. From the moment he married into our family, he has shown nothing but love, respect, and commitment, not just to our daughter, but to all of us. A year after he and Janine were married, they joined Pat and me on a trip to the south of Maine, an area that my family regularly visited since I was a child, and that was a long time. After that first visit, he jumped at the suggestion that the entire family go there every second year, which we have, and is now a Graham Giovinazzo tradition for all 3 generations. And that includes our son in Ottawa and his children. Tony enjoys travel of all kinds, and, for example, has taken his family across Europe. Well, at least as far as Italy. Last year, he and friend Chris Moser, and you saw some pictures a little bit earlier in the montage, walked a 115-kilometer section of the Camino de Santiago in Spain, from Sevilla to Santiago de Compostela. A feat I didn't believe either of them would be able to accomplish. It evidently rained a lot, but they claim they had a great adventure. Any pictures that we saw, they just looked like drowned rats, actually. Tony is a friend maker. He makes new friends wherever he goes, but he also keeps and nurtures friendships that stretch back decades to when he was in school. His friends attest to his loyalty and kindness. He has built strong, lasting relationships that are grounded in mutual respect and genuine care. His ability to connect with people on such a profound level is a testament to his remarkable personality. He is an excellent chef, probably second best in the family, particularly of all things Italian. For example, he makes various pastas from scratch, and he does. Does a good job. But as my wife, Pat, is Polish-Ukrainian, he quickly learned to enjoy pierogies, so much so that he had to try making them himself. But since the closest thing that he had to a pierogi maker was a ravioli mold, he invented the raviogi. Tony enjoys games. In the Giovinazzo household, a family game must include shouting, laughing, and name-calling, but of course all in fun. The louder it is, the more fun is occurring. He enjoys Formula One racing, as you heard, and he and daughter Natalie will be off to Montreal again this June to enjoy the Grand Prix. Natalie, however, has become the expert on F1 and has even prepared an instructional PowerPoint presentation for anyone who wants to learn more about F1 racing, right? That made its way around Activa, I think. Tony has a strong set of values that start with family and community. He is totally dedicated to his family here and in Hamilton, and he and Janine have raised two beautiful, intelligent, and loving daughters. His dedication to community is demonstrated in the community investments made by Activa and by Tony and Janine, not only monetarily, but they both have volunteered for so many organizations that help to build the community. You've heard a list of them, and I won't go into that. George H. Bush, that's the father of George W. Bush, he was the president earlier, once said, and I quote, "My friends, we are not the sum of our possessions. They are not the measure of our lives. In our hearts, we know what matters. We cannot hope only to leave our children a bigger car, a bigger bank account. We must hope to give them a sense of what it means to be a loyal friend, a loving parent, and a citizen who leaves his home, his neighborhood, and town better than he found it," unquote. As we celebrate his accomplishments today, let us remember that it is individuals like Tony who make our community vibrant and strong. His exemplary actions and unwavering commitment to the betterment of those around him set a standard for all of us to aspire to. Congratulations, Tony, on being named Citizen of the Year. Your achievements are an inspiration to us all, and Pat and I are incredibly proud to call you family. May you continue to shine and inspire others with your passion, kindness, and dedication. Thank you.
Very nice.
So at this point, I'm going to ask my brother lions, is that what it is, brother lions? I don't know, anyway, fellow lions, Cameron and Kevin, to lift the hefty large plaque where Tony's name will be added to it as a Citizen of the Year, and Kathy will do the presentation with you holding it for her. So from Kathy 23 to Tony 24, there will be a passover. We'll just take a quick photo up. So there were 64 Citizens of the Year inscribed on this, and Tony's number 65. Now, the good news is Tony gets to hang that, probably at Activa. I'm pretty sure Janine doesn't want it at home, but we do give him a small one, a really small one for his office. So on this note, Tony, the last word almost is yours. So, you're up. Yep, you're up. You're going to be good because you're sharing with friends.
Thank you. Mary told me that I had to keep it under 20 minutes.
Okay, maybe less.
Many thanks to each of you for attending tonight. As well, my sincere thanks to the Lions Club of Kitchener for this immense recognition. As well, I'd like to give my deepest gratitude to our Supreme Master of Ceremonies, Mary Dalton, who's tried to corral a bunch of cats. Tonight I stand before you profoundly honored and incredibly humbled. Proudly born and raised in Hamilton, at 16 I took on a job at A&P. That's right. The white shirt, the black bow tie, the red apron. I was the quintessential geeky, nerdy, teenage store clerk. And our store that we worked at was nestled within the north end of Hamilton with the reigning jail beside us. Behind us were rail lines with some unsavory features. And then the general neighborhood had some establishments that I would say were frequented probably mostly in the evenings. But my fondest memory of those days was working on a Saturday, and through the door once came this very large man. Not only of stature, but in my opinion, of character. He was at that time, Lieutenant Governor of Ontario, Lincoln Alexander. And Mr. Alexander and his wife, Yvonne, used to come in to shop at A&P at this location all the time. And it wasn't uncommon for him to walk up and down the aisles and stop to talk to us, myself and my coworkers. And I'm not just saying hi. I'm talking about he would ask us how we were doing, what was going on in our lives, what's important. And, it's still very fresh in my mind, those times that he would stop, in my feeble mind, that is, as well. It's been almost 50 years since it's happened, and I've asked myself, why do I remember that? And the reason for me is, it's the way he made me feel. He would take the time and chat with me as a human being. So the lesson that I have learned at this age is that time is very precious. And if you give your time to someone else, that is the greatest gift of all. And to me, that is the calling of every citizen in any community. I've been blessed that in my journey in life, that I've been able to accompany some extraordinary women and men. Each of them, in their own way, have instilled in me the importance and the impact that you could have by giving of your time to someone else. And I'd like to just take a few minutes just to recognize some. Firstly, to the numerous people that I've worked along, too many to mention tonight. You were the lifeblood of so many phenomenal organizations in this region. I firsthand witnessed how your passion, your commitment, the giving of your skills was all to ensure that every person living in Waterloo region could prosper and flourish. To my close friends, who I consider family that are here tonight, to my cousins, my uncle, my sister, Josie, who I love immensely, you have each endured 40, 50 years of me, and that in itself is no small feat. But more so, you've been there for me at celebrations, to good times, but more importantly, you've graced me with your time when I needed words of support and I wasn't at my best. I love you all, and I thank you for everything you've done for me. To my father-in-law and my mother-in-law, Pat and David, to me, you exemplify service above self. You've always provided me guidance. You've mentored me in so many ways. And for that, I am eternally grateful to both of you. And just a side story that's just come to mind. When I went to David to ask for his blessing, he said, as long as you share the same view as I do. And so I said, well, what view is that? And he said, well, that marriage is until death. And I said, absolutely, David. And I walked out, and then I thought, what did he really mean by that? You know, being a traditional Italian, that could have that could mean a lot. And as a traditional Italian, I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge Mamma Mia, who's here tonight. She has had a difficult life, but it never stopped her from giving joy to others. With something as simple as a smile and a hello and a hug, to making a meal for family, for friends, for neighbors who weren't able to have a meal on their own. And on so many numerous occasions, she would eagerly listen to a complete stranger just because that individual needed someone to talk to. I could tell you, having been with her in a shopping mall, she can work a Shoppers Drug Mart, a Farm Boy, and a Food Basics better than, I apologize, than any business person or politician can work a room. Mom, you are my inspiration. You are an incredible human being, and ti amo. To my daughters for their patience, and they needed a lot of patience with me. They've always allowed me to pursue my volunteering, even when it meant I wasn't going to be able to spend time with them. That means a lot to me. I love you both immensely. Karina and Natalie, you are the light in my life. Thank you. And last, but certainly not least, I admit I married up. To my beautiful wife, Janine, who has walked alongside me for almost 30 years now. And as my daughters remind me, she has served a sentence longer than is allowed under the criminal code in Canada, which I agree. But Janine, in all seriousness, all that I've accomplished, it's all because of you. And tonight, you stand up here with me and share this honor with me. I thank you and I love you. To all those people that I've mentioned, you have taught me that it does not take a title or a position to make a difference in the world. All it takes is for you to give of your time and to be willing to care. And in summary and in closing, decades after Lincoln Alexander was no longer in office, I was walking in downtown in Toronto, and guess what I see? Walking towards me, an older, but that great stature of a man, Lincoln Alexander. And I approached him, And I politely said, "Excuse me, Mr. Alexander, my name's Tony Giovinazzo. I don't know if you remember me. I was the A&P clerk that you would stop and talk to in Hamilton with you and your wife. And I just want to tell you, I really appreciated those times that you would talk to us." And he looked and he paused, and guess what? He didn't recognize me. But he did recall those times that he would come to the store and talk to myself and in general the co-workers. He asked me how I was doing in my career and how my life was going. And then he said, "Tony, thank you for letting me know about the impact that I've had. It means a lot to me." So in closing, I say, thank you for letting me know the impact that I've had. It means a lot to me. Thank you, and God bless.
We just have a little something, Janine, for you. Tony beautifully said, you throw a great dinner party. Let me just say that up front. This felt like a family dinner, as I say, extended. There is a guest book. I did pull it. I confess, because I thought we're never going to sit down if I don't. So on your way out, if you're in the mood, if not, send greetings and we'll collect them, or we'll find a way to make it work. There is a group photo at the end for all the citizens of the year, if they don't mind, just coming up to the head table. And on that note, let me just say thank you. It takes a village to do this. And we are really grateful to the sponsors. We're really grateful to the staff, to Bruno and the team at Creative Services, to the Kitchen Brigade, and to Conestoga College. Thank you so much. It was a really nice night, Tony. Let's do it again.